we need to talk about Werewolves, the latest action-packed horror film from director Stephen C. Miller. If you know Miller's work, like Marauders and with Bruce Willis and Dave Bautista, and the Christmas horror film Silent Night, you know he's a wizard when it comes to crafting thrilling movies on a small budget and very tight schedules. I mean, this guy's used to working with only about 10 days of shoot time. But with Werewolves, he was given 23 days, and that's practically a luxury for him. But there's the thing. Despite those extra days, Miller's films have this unique, almost claustrophobic feeling. They're small scale, but they often look way bigger than they really are. And that's the magic of Stephen C. Miller and his director of photography, Brandon Cox. They take these modest budgets and make them look cinematic. It's impressive how much they can do with so little. And yet, that smaller scale sometimes limits what they can fully express, especially when it comes to storytelling depth. Werewolves definitely embraces that B-movie vibe, and it's not here to win any Oscars. It's here for you to kick back, grab some popcorn, and enjoy the ride. And let me tell you, it's a blast. And if you ever loved those old school 80s creature features or cult horror films, then you're gonna love Werewolves. It has that kinetic energy. Stephen C. Miller's signature style, keeping you on the edge of the seat, where the action is fast and the horror is stylized, and yeah, Werewolves look great. But here's the catch. Werewolves is at its core a popcorn flick. It's brainless fun, and that's the beauty of it. And Stephen C. Miller is not asking you to think too hard. He just wants you to sit back and have fun. And others have compared it to The Purge, but I felt the film actually reminded me of something like Night of the Living Dead or Return of the Living Dead, where the focus on the thrills and the atmosphere, and not necessarily on the intricate plot twists or the deep character development. It's a movie that's best enjoyed in the moment, where there's no overthinking required. And if you can't separate yourself from those things, this may not be the film for you. But with a cast like Frank Grillo and Lou Devin Phillips, Werewolves brings some solid performances that add to the chaotic charm. And honestly, that's what makes it all work. It's not a deep dive into horror. It's more like a shot of adrenaline that keeps you glued to the screen. But if you dig a little deeper, there's definitely a sense of missed potential. I'm left wishing Stephen C. Miller had a bigger budget and more time with these actors, because I think it could have pulled off something even bigger, something more explosive. The whole idea of this werewolf story is what this genre needs. And the frustrating part about Werewolves is that it's clear that Stephen C. Miller has the chops for something much grander, but he's still working with the same constraints. And it holds back his entire potential. And I mean, I can only imagine what this guy could do with a bigger budget. It's something I'd love to see. I think you would love it too. But for now, all we can do is enjoy Werewolves for what it is, a fun, high-energy action horror film that takes you back to those classic creature feature days. So leave your expectations at the door, grab some candy, sit down, and just enjoy the madness. Werewolves is a solid, wild ride, and doesn't try to be anything more than it is. And honestly, I think that's what makes it work. So those are my thoughts on Werewolves. So let me know what you think about the film, and please leave that in the comments. And don't forget to like and share and subscribe to continue on this film journey with me. And until next time.
Bite me!